Hello mates, welcome back to my channel. Today what are we gonna do? We are gonna take a good look at more new rework ability. Yes, you're gonna see the new rework ability in action. Yes, we're gonna look at that new ability in action and see if it's really overpowered or not, right? I already played a couple games before and yeah, it's well, I said the couple games I played before wasn't good, right? But I wasn't really using more to her best ability at all, right? But I feel like this game will show you the best more, and I think this is the way more would be, and I think she's gonna be much more powerful than she is, before the patch, right? Like this rework ability is very great for her. So here we go, let's look at it, right? So here we go. I will say that she is still great at healing, and I think it's even much more better. Even though it did get nerfed, but you do feel like you do need to do a little bit more healing, right? And you do feel like, oh, I should, heal up my teammates, right? I'm like, okay. So there you go. Instead of more of a DPS, more of just attacking, she's now gonna play. I do feel like she's gonna play a little bit more of the passive side and make sure she are ready to attack instead of just attacking, just regardless, because she is very good at survivability, of course, right? And she just go in and attack. But now she really don't have that. Yes, you may think of the new ability Enfeeble, right? If you hit someone, right, 75% less damage, but that doesn't mean that you do a lot more damage. No, you do the same amount of damage. You don't do more damage. They just do less damage than you. That doesn't mean that you're gonna go out there and 1v1 a battle. No, you're not gonna 1v1 a tank. You're not gonna win that battle still, even though they can't do as much damage. That's not what they're meant for. They're meant for more team base and more defensive base, or aggressive base. Not for you, but for the team, I feel like. And there we go, right? The Junk Queen came up. I used it. Back to off, right? Anyone that's really doing a lot, to your team, like pushing them, or playing aggressively, you can check them out, like using the Enfeeble or to push them back out, because they are not gonna go in at all because they can't do damage, but you can still do the same damage, and now your team did the same damage too. They get less damage into them, so they are able to go in and push forward. And I really think that what more ability is to be able to push forward with the team and making the other enemy team play more passively and less aggro. And it's very well with people that is that you could go against people, long range people, you just go up behind them and then there you go, right? But I do feel like using how just pushing the enemy back so they can't really push forward and really helping your team out and use it as a team effort than a selfish use is very much more better how she is, right? Her ult is the same, and I think it's even more better too. Granted, you don't do more damage, you do the same amount of damage, right? Use your ult without the damage ult, you don't do a lot of damage, but they can't do much damage to you, so it's much more viable on a 1v1 if you want to take out someone that is very important to take out. So you could for sure win depending on who is it. You go to them, right? You go to the enemy, your ult, or you go to the enemy, you're probably going to use your Enfeeble orb, and then you ult on them, you're going to win most of the time. So yeah, I do think her new ability do know for overall DPS, and it will make people not do DPS anymore. Go in the back line, take someone out, maybe not, and it will probably make more the people who play bit more passive and not go aggressive a lot, because you're not gonna use it. You're not if you use the new damage orb, right, the enfeeble orb on on a person, they're not gonna go down because they don't do that much damage. And granted, you can't go down, but why they can take you out too. I do think whole healing is still great. It didn't get that nerf at all. I don't feel like it. Sometimes you do feel like it got nerfed a lot. Like you can't do the healing as much, but you just gotta really manage more healing as much and more. And when you get the rhythm on how you manage it more, then you'll be fine. You will be fine, 100%. Because I was like terrible at managing more new, healing. Right back then, it's a bit easier. Now it's a little bit tough, but when you know the rhythm to manage your healing to your teammates and to yourself too, it'd be great. And yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, it's very simple to just manage it. And I think when you get down the rhythm and how to do it, you're gonna think the healing is still great or even better. I don't think it's better, but it's still great in my opinion. Nothing bad with the healing. Self healing, not much really. It's not much. I still think the survivability is even better because the enfeeble make even more dangerous on survivability because they can't really take out more and more. So her survivability go way high. That's very grateful. Do you think DPS down healing? Pretty much the same. Nothing bad at all, but do you like the change for the DPS though? I do think that the new ability, the enfeeble ability, give more a new skill gap into whole character instead of being very easy to do. And using that to save people, help your team out, push your team. There's gonna be a difference between the Moors. Because other Moors gonna use it maybe because I used it in the beginning to just go 1v1 someone, and I did win that 1v1. It was very easy, but it wasn't good because the cooldown is way longer than the damage cooldown. Because the damage orb is only 8 seconds. This is 2 times at 16 seconds. Not really that worse. And it do take slow. It may conform, the 1v1, but it do take a lot more longer. And yeah, but here we go. That is a great example. That do shut down ults. I shut down Baptiste most part. I took down, the majority of people that was using it. Some get through, but most of it easy. It's very easy. And I am wanting to experiment with, what things could, more could survive now, but that might be for a different video. But yes, shutting down ults is the main thing too as well. Another person to shut down ults is extremely dangerous, and with this ease of use because it's very easy to just shut down ults. Some easier than others, some is harder than others, but it's still very good. And it's like when you know how to do it, it's gonna be easy. Like you're gonna shut down most people ults easily. And yeah, it just playing with more just feels so great. Like when they push hard, I could I make the team either push back or hold our team together much more longer, and can bring back my team. Not not revive, but like hold the line just enough for them to come back. And of course, the survivability, you're not gonna take out most of the time. You're not gonna take her out, so you're gonna stay in there most of the time, and really make the enemy team come in very, very slowly. And that was all I've been doing. I think that's what really more is gonna be striving at. and be her best is to make the enemy come to point very slowly, or use the ability to really push your team to make an aggressive push, like, and also of course saving your team as well. Another person to save another, you know, another team is very powerful, and I do think this makes her overpowered. This is a very overpowered ability, have many more use, but you just not to use it, right? You're just gonna have to need to use it, but when you do not to use it, it's just so overpowered, and it just really can make a team battle win or lose. And most of the time, when you use it correctly, you're gonna win with it, 100%, 100%. So mates, this is at the end. This is not the end of the video, but near the end of this. Well, there we go. We're at the end of the game, and yeah. So mates, I just want to say something. So through the gameplay, you mostly saw me using the Infeeble Orb as a defensive, then an offensive. Please do that. Don't use it offensive. I tried to use it offensively. I lose 3 games in a row because I tried to do it like that. Then when I switched it up, to make it more defensively and more team-based, more supportive, is very much more useful of that than a DPS, than a go in and attack. And I thought, that's what, was going to be best at, just go in and attack, but it's clearly not it. Think of it like a Baptiste, Immortality, and an Honor, right? It's like both of them combined. It's like when you hit someone with it, you save your other team like a Baptiste do, right? His Immortality, he could save people from ults, big ability, right? DPS, right? You could save them. And also, not only you could save them, you could also think of it like an anti-healing, right? Instead of in healing, it's the opposite, it's damage. So usually with anti-healing, they make people go back, right? Like, they're not gonna go aggressive anymore. That's when your team go aggressive now. That's like the same thing. You not only you save your team, they could also push the other enemy team as well, because they can't do damage, but you still can. And now you are able to get healing because they can't do enough damage to take you out anymore. And more healing is very fast, and have the ability to use your, bionic orb or healing orb still. Right after the Infeeble Orb, it's just very overpowered. Just, and your healing output is very fast if you combine it. If you combine your healing orb and your base healing, it's so fast. But if you don't, you still get a good amount of healing. One of the fastest still. And yeah, and she's very best at going aggro with your team. One of the best, honestly. You use it, and then you could just go aggressive as well. You can. You use your healing, and then you go aggressive with the team. It's like, oh, you don't need to go aggressive, but you could really help your team out as well. It's very, very good. She could do both still. She can't do DPS, but you can still help out your team on that DPS. You could also make that push too as well. And I think that's where she starts at. Really helping your team out and conforming a takeout, then doing the takeout all on your own by yourself. You really want to conform one with your team and help them out, and you'll have the ability to do that. You'll be able to push with the team and also do the damage and help them out too as well, all at once. And it's like a team effort, and I think that what more thrives in. I do say that what more is lacking is DPS, and that's pretty much it. But I don't think she's no longer a DPS main anymore. She do damage, not too much, just enough to make her, to not mess with ult. But the main thing is that enfeeble orb, when you use it as defensively than offensively, and play make with that, because you can do it, and you can do all types of things, like, and with that combination of fade, you could really shut down many ults real quick, and you could be safe with it too, because that 75% could really shut down most things and not make you go down anymore. And yeah, I do think she's very overpowered, and the gameplay is very well to show that. I'm not gonna talk too much anymore, or to talk a lot. I'm gonna keep it short right now, but yes, mates, I do think this is very overpowered. This is very broken. You just gotta need to use it right and learn how to use it. So just keep playing her, and then you're gonna know how to use it. And then when you do know how to use it, you mates are just gonna go off. And when you combine it with another person, wow, like Baptiste and more, wow, it's like you're gonna save your team 100%. Not many of your team will go down. So I am gonna see how, what combination of supports can you do. I did a Zenyatta, most famous one is Zenyatta, honestly, and it's very good as well. You enfeeble someone, you discord them, they're done. And yeah, mates, but yes, so that's how I feel about it. It's very overpowered, very good, very great. Of course, I'm gonna experiment with it. I'm gonna see what other things can you do, can not do. Everything else is very good. Oh, when using ult, do you go DPS? I guess so. You could still go DPS when you use your ult, but you could also, save people with it. So that's depend on you. If you want to go DPS more when you use your ult, because it's about the same, then go ahead and do it. But that's up to you. But you will mostly win the battle. I know I would have said it, but you for surely win the battle now. It's much more easier to win the battle with your ult now. Because sometimes I use my ult and another person just, you know, took me down. But now I feel like it's just impossible to take her down now. But mates, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you liked the video. I see you in the next time. And don't be worried. Right, we go back to the regular content. And yeah, mates, see you in the next time. Bye.